Today in this video I will be giving a PowerPoint presentation on the chapter food. Now the very first word that we have come across is food. It is the substance containing nutrient which fills our stomach and satisfy our hunger. Now by this sentence what do we come to know is that whatever food that we are eating should contain a sufficient amount of nutrients, and it also fills our stomach when we feel hungry. So this is the line that it is trying to explain about food. Now moving on to the next slide, we will get to know about why do we need food. The reason behind it is that food gives us energy to work and play. Suppose for example, if we are hungry and we are not eating or taking sufficient amount of food, we will not be getting energy to work and do any kind of work. So for that we need to take food. Second point is that it keeps us healthy and strong, and by this what we come to know that if we are not going to take food in proper amount, then what is going to happen that we will not be healthy and strong. So due to this reason we need to take food. Third point is that food helps us to fight disease. By this line we come to know that it makes our immune system stronger so that we can fight any kind of disease. Fourth point, it repairs our worn out body parts. Suppose for example we have got hurt in some of the body parts. In that case, if we are not taking sufficient amount of nutritional food, then our worn out body parts is not going to get repaired. So as to get it repaired, we need to take food. Moving on to the next slide, we will be discussing about this common word that in each and every day-to-day our life we are listening and hearing this word: balanced diet. A diet in which all nutrients are present in proper amount is said to be balanced diet food. Now what happens is that the food that we are eating in our day-to-day life, the nutrients should be present in proper amount in that food. That kind of food is said to be a balanced diet food. And balanced diet food is also helping us to keep fit and healthy, as it protects us from various kinds of diseases. Moving on to the next slide, we will be discussing about that how we can take care of our food. The first point it is saying is food should be consumed in required amount. By this line we come to know that neither less nor more should be taken by us. Food should be taken by us. It should be in the balanced amount. The second line is that fresh fruits and vegetables should be purchased. One more thing I would like to add in it is that you should purchase in the required amount, which is according to the requirement of your family. You should not purchase in large quantity nor you should purchase in less quantity, but it should be balanced, neither less nor more. Because if you are going to purchase it in large quantity, it may get, after few days it may get soften up, and that kind of fruits and vegetable will be unfit for you to have. So due to this reason you should have fresh fruits and vegetables, and that too in the required. Now in the third point we are going to discuss is that leftover food should be kept in cold storage. So if a large quantity of food was made and it was difficult to be get consumed, so in that case what you are going to do is that you should keep it in the freezer or refrigerator so that it can be prevented from bacteria. Now in the fourth point it is saying that dry cereals and pulses should be stored in clean and airtight container. So airtight container because in air it contains bacteria, so if there will be air inside it, so that can be get destroyed. So due to that reason it should be in the airtight container. Now the last point is packed and frozen food items should be regularly checked and consumed before expiry. So these are the ways by which we can take care of our food. In the previous slide we have discussed in the slide where it was saying about food, the word we have come across was nutrients. So now I am going to explain that word nutrients. Food contains some useful substances that help us to live and grow. So this was the meaning of the word nutrients. Now moving on to the next slides, nutrients are divided into many categories. In this slide you will be getting about the division of food group. First is carbohydrate, second is fat, third is proteins, fourth is vitamins, fifth minerals, sixth roughage, and seventh water. Now one by one we are going to discuss about this division of food. In this slide you will be seeing about carbohydrates. Now carbohydrates provides us energy to our body. Some of the sources of carbohydrates are potatoes, beetroot, sugar, bread, ice creams. So these are the sources of carbohydrate. But one thing should be taken care is that if we take it in less quantity, we are going to become weak and tired, and if we take it in much quantity, it is going to create obesity within you. Obesity is a kind of disease which makes you fat and bulky, and you feel lazy to do any kind of work. So that is the meaning of obesity. Now moving on to the next slide, we will be discussing about proteins. They are the building block of our body, which helps in the growth and repair of our body. It also helps in the formation of new cells and helps in repairing the damaged cells. So these are the things that protein helps us to do. One more thing I would like to tell about protein is that children require this in very large quantity. There is the reason behind this why young children require this in large quantity, as it has been already told that it is helpful in creating new cells. So when the young children are in the growing stage, they need to have more and more cells so that they grow properly. So due to this reason, it is required in large quantity to the young children. So protein diet food should be taken by the young children in large quantity. Some of the sources I would like to tell that what all kinds of foods are there in which proteins are available in good amount. First is egg, second is fish, third is meat, fourth one is milk and cheese. These are the food that contains proper amount of proteins in it. Now moving on to the next slides is about fats. Now fat provides lots of energy and helps us to keep our body warm. So by this what we come to know is that you can take good amount of fats in cold season so as to keep your body warm. But one thing that you should be taken it should be taken care of is that it should be taken in little quantity, because it is going to create obesity if you are not taking it in little quantity, because our body requires very little amount of fat. Now the sources of fats are butter, oil, ghee and dry fruits. These are the food which contain good amount of fat within it. Moving on to now in this slide we will be discussing about vitamins. It protects us from disease and keep fit and healthy. Small quantity of vitamin is required to us. Now by this line also we come to know that very little amount of vitamin is required to us, and it is not required in large quantity. few more things that I would like to tell about vitamins is that there are various types of vitamins. First is vitamin A, second is vitamin C, and third is vitamin D. I will be discussing about these all vitamins in detail. In vitamin A, the sources of vitamin A are milk, papaya, spinach, carrot, and tomato. These are the foods in which vitamin A is present in large quantity. Now, if you are not going to take such kind of food which is having vitamin A, you may face diseases such as night blindness and poor vision. Your vision is not going to be clear. Moving on to the second type of vitamin was vitamin C. Now the sources of vitamin C are lemon, orange, tomato, grapes, watermelon. These are the sources of food in which vitamin C is present in sufficient amount. And if this kind of food if you are not going to have, then diseases like scurvy and swollen gums, you may face this kind of disease. Now vitamin D, the sources of vitamin D are milk, egg, butter, fish. These are the sources of vitamin D in which vitamin D is present in sufficient amount. If you are not going to have this kind of food, then you may be facing with the diseases such as rickets and brittle bone. Now we will move to the next slide in which we will be discussing about minerals. They are the substance that helps in the formation of healthy bones, teeth and blood. And if some of them these minerals if you are not going to have in proper amount, you may face deficiency of diseases. There are various types of minerals. First one is iron, second is calcium, third is iodine. Now I will be discussing these all minerals in detail just as it was done in case of vitamins. Now the sources of iron are spinach, egg, meat, cabbage. In this kind of food, iron is present in very large quantity, and this kind of food helps us to prevent disease such as anemia. Moving on to the second types of mineral is calcium. The sources in which calciums can be found are milk, fish, fruits and vegetables. And if you are not going to have this kind of food, then you will be facing with disease such as rickets and brittle bone. Moving on to the third types of mineral is iodine. The sources of iodine are iodized salt that you are having in your food and fish. If such kind of things if you are not having in your food, you may be facing disease such as goitre. Now moving on to the next slide, we will be discussing about water. Although water does not have any nutrient in it, but it is helpful in the digestion of food. It even removes waste from our body in the form of sweats and urine. We all know that what is sweat in the warm season or in the warm climatic condition. We feel sweating, we get sweating. So sweating, what happens is that whatever unwanted material is present inside our body comes out with the sweat. Also urine helps us to bring out or to also when we urinate, the unwanted material that is present inside our body comes out along with it through water. That is what happens in urination. So through this we come to know that although water does not has any nutrient, but it is helpful in many ways. Moving on to the next slide, we will discuss about exercise. Any activity which involves the movement of our body is said to be exercise. So like yoga, gymnasium, all this kind of activity that we do in our day-to-day life when we walk from one place to another, that is also said to be exercise. Now in this slide I am going to explain you about the meaning of this word roughage. These are also a kind of nutrients that are present in the food. Now the fibers that are present in all plants product constitute roughage, and it does not have any nutritional value in it. None kind of nutrition is present in this roughage. It helps in removing the undigested food from our body very easily. By this what we come to know is that it helps to prevent constipation. Now moving on to the next slide. There are few uses of exercise which I will be discussing with you all. First is lack of exercise makes us obese. So by this what we come to know is that we should regularly do exercise, otherwise you are going to feel obesity. Second is exercise makes our muscles strong. So doing exercise is going to make your muscles strong and you will be feeling fit and healthy. Third is it removes waste from our body. Fourth, exercise gives shape to our body. And fifth, exercise keeps us fit and healthy. So these were the uses of exercise. I hope that you all like this video and whatever things are explained in this video are clear to you all. Thank you.